down these stairs and see your father in front of the TV, yelling at those liberal Yankee newscasters.
Mom, is there anything that I can do for you?
Oh, don't worry about me. Now, you're the one that we have to take care of. You lie down right there and rest. Why don't I make you some soup? You're supposed to drink lots of liquids, you know.
Mom, I'm really feeling so much better.
Now, Jill, I can take care of my daughter. Now, you just stay right there and don't you lift a finger.
Oh, so glad to see you. Did you guys iron your shirts? I want you to look good for the funeral tomorrow.
Come on, Mom, you've been through enough. Let's not talk about the shirts.
Listen, guys, you should go in the kitchen and say hi to your aunts and your grandma.
Are they still going to pinch us, even though we're here for a funeral?
Sad of the occasion, the heart of the pinching. See this scar right here? My dad's funeral, Aunt Winnie. She took a piece of my flesh right off there. How are you doing?
You won't believe what's going on here.
Well, let me guess. Your mom thinks you're sick as a dog, so she's waiting on your hand and foot.
Tim, I have to tell her the truth.
Now is not a good time.
Why?
If she finds out you lied, it'll cast a pall over the whole funeral.
I'm so glad you're here.
Did you fight in Korea with my grandpa?
I would have been 2 years old. So you would have been in the infantry.
I'll always cherish Daddy's nickname for me. Nutcase. He said it with such love.
Come on, everyone. Who has a story about Colonel Patterson they'd like to share? Tim.
Oh, remember the first time that Jill brought me to meet the Colonel?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
When Jill finally left us alone, the Colonel turned to me and said from the bottom of his heart, he said, "Son, how much will it take you to turn around and never come back here?" But it was years later he gave me the best compliment ever. He said, "Son, 10 grand, that's my final offer. You can't handle the truth."
Dad was gruff, but he always told it like it was.
Yes, honesty was very important to the Colonel, and he instilled that in all his children. Jill, would you like to say a few words?
Oh, sure. Yes, well, you know, Dad was really... there was this one time that we, you know, I really don't want to do this right now, Mom. Can I talk to you privately for a moment?
Poor thing, she's a little under the weather.
Well, end of the time, the Colonel introduced my butt to the business end of a bayonet. Let me show you the puncture wound.
Honey, you look so pale. You know this flu that's going around?
Mom, it's not the flu. Now, look, there's something that I have to tell you. I lied to Dad.
Oh, Jill, relax. He found out a long time ago that you vote Democrat.
No, Mom. When Dad called to ask if you all could come up and visit, I said that I was sick. I made that up.
You didn't want us to visit you?
No, Mom, it wasn't a good time. And I thought you might have understood, but I just didn't have the guts to say no to Dad.
Well, your father was not an easy man to say no to.
Well, maybe not. But now the last memory I have of my father is lying to him.
Jill, what do you suppose would have happened if you'd told the Colonel the truth?
I don't know. He probably would have understood.
I don't think we're talking about the same Colonel.
Well, how do you think he would have reacted?
He would have said, "What do you mean you want time for yourself? We'll be there at 0800 and we're bivouacking in Brad's room."
That does sound like that.
Oh, he always had to have everything his own way. It could be 20 below zero outside and he'd still want the window open at night. You remember when he went in for his knee surgery?
Oh, yeah. He yelled at that surgeon because the scalpel wasn't shiny enough.
And then he told the doctor to drop and give him 20 right on the operating room.
I guess Dad could be kind of pushy sometimes.
He was pushy, he was stubborn, he was hot-headed, and he drove me crazy. And I miss him so much.
Oh, Mom, I'm so sorry. So sorry.
Now, Jill, you have always been a wonderful daughter, and the last thing your father would want would be for you to torture yourself over a silly little fib.
I love you, Mom.
I love you too, honey.
I don't remember that picture of us. Which base was that taken in?
Oh, that was Fort Hood. That was the base where Elvis was stationed.
Dad knew Elvis?
He was his commanding officer. Who do you think Hound Dog was written about?
Wait a minute, this Army mule here, is that the same one I'm holding in the picture?
Yes, that was your favorite, don't you remember?
Oh, this is all ratty. Why would Dad hold on to all these years?
To remind him of you. He always hated it that you had to live so far away.
Oh,
And then about 5 years ago, your father took that mascot and put it on top of the television set. And ever since that time, Army has beaten Navy every football game.
so I guess I was kind of a good luck charm.
I guess you were.
Can I keep him?
I think your father would like that. Provided you keep it on top of the television set.
Deal. Mom?
Huh?
You know, if you moved to Michigan, you wouldn't have to be so far away from us.
But I'd be far away from Tracy and Linda and Carrie and Robin.
Exactly my point.
Oh, Jill, I'd love to be near you, but I think it's too soon for me to start making any changes. Okay. Let's go in there and listen to some more happy memories of Dad.
Okay.
So there I was, getting strip searched by a colonel of the United States Army. At that point, I knew I was a family member, I'll tell you that. Boy, that guy had big hands. Boys are in bed. What are you doing?
I just finished my eulogy for tomorrow. My sisters and I are each going to give a little speech.
Oh, I'm sure yours will be the best.
It's not a contest, honey. We're just going to share our feelings about Dad.
Colonel was a real great man, you know.
Yeah, he was. You know, I thought I would feel so much better when I told Mom the truth, but now I just feel sadder.
It's understandable. You're finally allowing yourself to grieve now.
Yes. You've been so great.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. You took care of all the travel arrangements. You took care of the boys. You took care of me.
I did what I had to do. I didn't even think twice about it, honey. Come on.
That's what makes it so wonderful is that I can count on you when I need you the most.
Just sorry I had to be reminded of that fact on such a sad occasion.
Listen to you. You're saying all the right things.
Enjoy it while you can. I don't know where it's coming from. But I'm sure it's not going to last.